Oh my. Ugh. Something else. Alright. My nose is full of flour. Give me a second. I just got finished making pizza dough. What a nice lunch. I had lunch with my mom. Nice Friday lunch. Breakfast. Well, breakfast lunch, I guess. Something like that. Can never go wrong. See, I'm wondering what happened with the things here. Because, they deleted for some reason. Or maybe they're turned off. I'm going to investigate right now. So this should... This is the top assembly. Base assembly is here. And it should be the bottom. This bottom one here. Oh. There we go. So on the bottom, it's the bottom assembly. I'm sorry, bottom assembly. Basis. Bottom assembly. Bottom assembly looks like there's something there. Oh my goodness. Why do I hear my own voice? No, 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 no. That's annoying. Alright. Welcome in, welcome in. Give me one sec here, I guess. Making sure I don't have nothing on my nose. That'll look funny, right? Alright, good enough. So it actually looks like there's something here, but maybe it's not on the stuff here. Oh, what happened? That's so weird. Yeah, they're absolutely there. Is it this one's? Nope. These ones. Edit fastener. And just hit OK. What is going on with that? Edit. Okay. Strange. Okay, well, I'm going to save it either way. How's everybody today? Alright, so we're making the lunchbox again still. On the inside, so we were... This base assembly, I'm going to... So the base assembly is where I think all of this stuff should go. Top assembly I can turn off. Top, the hinges, the latch as well. The fasteners, excuse me, all on the outside. This is the front, and then the back is over here. Okay. So the back is over here, and I want to create, actually it's the lid, I'm sorry, not the base. Wow, had a moment there. Base assembly off. So front, on these two front things right here, I want to create another piece. So I'm going to create a component. Actually, before that, let's go to the top assembly, because that's where this is going to live, I think. Because it's a part of the top piece. Both sides is a part of the top. And take off the sides. We don't need to see those either. We don't need to see the fasteners on the sides. But these two, actually I really don't need those yet either. So I'm gonna take all those off. And then top assembly. So this is gonna have these two brackets, which should be the same side to side. So this is thermos holder bracket, thermos holder, thermos attach. How do we want to call that? So in this one here, we can do sketches that are based on other stuff too. So even this, I think is okay. I could do it actually in the top. Yeah, okay. We could do it in the top. It's directly on this sheet, so why not? We can always project whatever we want wherever that has to go. So this here, it's going to be just a square sort of idea, something like this. Maybe an inch wide. What do we think here? Excuse me. We're going to do that here, and maybe how far off? 0.25 is pretty close. 0.3125. Yep. I don't want it all the way to the top, but almost to the top is okay. 0.3125, yeah, 5/8. And then this could be slightly below. I think I said 3/8 to the edge of it. Sounds good to me. 3/8. So that'll be that. And then also we can do yeah, okay. Just do it here. I'll make all the sketches in this. See, that's the problem. I should have I did that on another portion of this, and I probably shouldn't have. What I need to do is only import the like all the stuff that I need, and the actual thing is that thing, so that all the sketches aren't fully. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's totally fine. It's just dependent. That's all. And I guess it is dependent too. I always like have this sort of idea where it's like, oh, I'm creating something that's dependent on this, dependent on this. Well, it's like, well, yeah, if I change the whole size for the attachment, I want the other thing to change too. Holy crap, that hurt. I must be getting a sore throat. I want an edge distance. So here's why I did this. 0.25. Whatever. That's okay. I don't think that's going to be changing size unless I actually change the whole thing, in which case all this needs to be changed anyways. I want to have this, yeah, 375. I'll just do it in here. I probably shouldn't do it in this one, but it's alright. So we're going to do this at 0.09375, so 3/30 seconds. And this is going to be 16th. What is that? Imperial 16 gauge. I've been using 14 gauge. I'm just gonna still use the 14, I think. I used it on the other one and I think that's alright. And I can get away with probably a little closer than that. And this is really long too. It doesn't. I don't even think it needs to be that long. It's just that long because of this here. It is an inch. It's fine. Inch isn't that big. And then too many buttons. What did I do this as? Was it 70? I think it was 70. So in this one here, I can do new components. What do we want to call this? Thermos. Wire hinge. Wire hinge. And then wire latch. Wire hinge. Bracket. Sounds okay. So we have this now. Finish set it in place. So this thermos wire hinge is like off in limbo, and we need to put that right smack dab in the middle, because homie don't play that. So this one here now has to have you and you and you and you. And we'll probably do this one and this one as well. I don't need those actually. And we're gonna do another one. And this one. Beautiful. And this is going to be 0.075. And this is going to be 2 sides. Yeah. Okay, so finish edit in place. These are the two show update all those things. Wow, look at all those computes. This is a point 3125. See what that one looks like. You know, I kind of liked it before. I like this one too, though. That's fine. Yeah, let's do just 0.375. So thermos hinge looks about right. And I need to do a sketch on here. This is between the two. Did I do this wrong again? I did. This is supposed to be in the top assembly. Can't believe I did that again. Why did I do it there? Why did I do it there? Was that the, hey, let's create a sketch here, and then I just forgot about it? All right, let's do the repetition. I go back to the top assembly is where I actually need it. Right. So this, create a new component. Hinge. None of that's, I think none of that's saved. So this here, new component. Thermos. Hinge. Thermos hinge. Thermos latch. I'll just call it thermos hinge. I think that's okay. And it's cool with that. Edit context 4. Amazing. Oh, I friggin' did it again. Man, oh man. Two sides. Beautiful thing. Gonna save that. Saving 5 designs. So we go back to top, not the top, but the top assembly, which should have thermos hinge. We're gonna make another one. It's for sleazy like that. We're gonna turn off the sketches. I know I forgot something. This is in the top. Edit. This is why I always put center points in things. This is for the reason right here. Whatever view that you make that point in, that's how it orients when you select it. Probably one of my more favorite things. Get rid of that, and I can turn the origins off now for both of these. We're gonna do updates. Try and update these things here. Yeah, there we go. And we can shut that off. We're almost done with the top, but not quite yet. Okay, so this was made on the assembly sketch. And I'm going to move these to, what is that? Delete. I don't think I need either of those contacts. I'll leave that one in there. Save. Making my pizza dough. My pizza dough's rising. I can't wait. I've been eating beef and eggs, yogurt, berries, and some mixed nuts. Pretty exclusively for since last Sunday, anyways. Last Sunday I was eating at my cousin's house and it was really wonderful food. So since then, that's all I've eaten is those like handful of things. Not a bad thing. Just yeah. Okay. So these, I'm going to edit these fasteners. I'm going to turn on the latch assembly. I'm going to, I think, remove a couple of these. Where are my fasteners? These ones here. Good guess. Just gonna delete these. Yep. So I shouldn't need any of that. But what I can do is I can put more stuff on here. Now that that's there, so there's a triple thing happening with this. So latch assembly, and I'm going to need a longer thing. So rivets, plane, small button. So we're gonna do here and here, and it wants a 3/8, and we're gonna do an 1/8 inch and 3/8. Okay. So that looks great, and then these have their own thing. It's too bad that they don't show these in the squished form. Maybe they do. Maybe there is a setup. Is it in the configure? Okay. Whoa. Oh, I can change the appearance. Oh, I can take them out, do the visibility and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to dive into this a little bit deeper. I don't really know how to do that. I just don't want to take away from my progress here. So there's that. So that's updated, and I have the wire to build. So let's do the sketch maybe for this side. How do we want to do the thermos essentially? So the sketch for the wire, I think I'm just gonna do in the top assembly, or the top again. Top assembly makes more sense. It's got more stuff in this because I'm referencing these and this and something else, so it makes a little more sense. And that's gonna live in the top assembly, so it should be okay. So the latch on the other side, on the top, so you open it up like so, and then this has a wire that goes around it, and you plop that up, and it'll keep your thing in there. So there's like I had before, it was like a pyramid shape, I think. Let's do origin. I'm gonna do intersection of this whole thing. I want to do one of these. Turn off the hinge. We're gonna turn off the top if I can. Bodies. Yeah, there we go. Turn off the hinge assembly and the fasteners. We're going to go back into the top assembly. Yes, edit. Turn off the origin. Okay. So this is my one hinge. Oh, actually, I need to turn on the round sketch. No, not this one. Yeah. Context 6. Sketches. Edit. And that's sort of where it's gonna go. Actually, that's not really correct, is it? So it's gonna have the ability to float around in here a little bit side by side, but I don't want that. So this should actually be a little bit more. I know on the Thermos one or the Stanley ones, they have like a little bar that's inside it, but I think it's just because it's like 6 or 8 inches wide. Those lunch pails are pretty big. Ooh. All right. That's me again. Man, a half hour's gone by already. Isn't that crazy? Yep. Edit sketch. What is this one? Why is this on? Shouldn't be on. Fusion, you're scaring me. So we'll keep it for like 3.5, and it's gonna lock into these two over here, and we might be able to do that based on where we want the pressure to come down on. So maybe it'll come up like this and then down, and the latch will be like around here somewhere. So we could totally do that for here and for here. So those two, and if it gets bigger, then you know it should still work. We'll do it for 3.5. Or maybe we should do for 3, because that's like the smaller idea. And if it gets larger, then it can grow a little bit. So this is the actual center. The center of that. And on the other side, it doesn't have to be at this level, but it can be up here. Or at least the latch can be up here, and then the thing that locks it in can be off to this side. If we want. So I'll just draw that. That's a reference line for what we got going on here. And so all this stuff here. So we're gonna want, if I just had to draw this out blocky, well, I want it curved pretty much right away. I want a little bit of a straight, something like that. Let's say, oops, an inch or 0.75. And then I want something like that. And this should touch. I want this perpendicular to this face. And that'll give me that contact point. And this point here is going to be on there. So however that works, and then this will need to be there. So I don't want that going around all over the place. That's kind of the reason why that is. The way it's set up. So this is directly straight on. And then now I need to have, so this clips into there, or I'm sorry, that is not correct. This is, cool song, is between the two. So this should be here to here, and this needs to be collinear, right in line, and then, okay, that's better. That looks way better. So whatever I decide to put in here, so if it's 3, 3.5, or 4, I would hopefully think it's gonna work with all these, but if it's 4 inches, it ain't gonna work. Is this too big? 3 is probably better. Well, 4 actually could work. So it has to have that range of motion. Let me see if I can get this to go here. I think it's essentially going to be along this line. If that's, I'm thinking about it. Right? So we kind of see what what the range looks like on here, and then this will be the arc length for whatever that is. We could see the trail. Based on that, I'm gonna delete this just for the time being because it's pretty distracting. So we have, so unfortunately this is gonna change where the hit point is on here. So we kind of have to choose what we want to make it to, because it's going to be really different if we don't. Because the difference is going to be, does it hit here? Or does it hit like way down? Like where does it actually go? So I think if we do the 3.5, it'll at least lock in at 3.5 and do something that are smaller, maybe a little bit larger. .5, or we could just say to hell with it, and it just goes in here and it has the ability to roll around a little bit, and that's all it really that's all it really is. So if we do it right in the center, then it's like, sure, it'll move a little bit, but maybe not crazy. So let's just do the center. It's good to talk these things out. It's good to, it's like, what do they call that in the tech world? Rubber ducking? Rubber ducking? Rubber ducky. So if we had, this will almost be the same, I would think. If we do a mirror line to the other side, and then we have these two. Then symmetrical at least, or somewhat. And then I could have my my 3/4, my tangent, and to the other connection here. So I'm using this 0.75. Yeah, if these are really small one, then if it goes down to 3, they can take this out, flip it around, and if it's 4, 4, it has to come out to like here, right? So for the same length, it doesn't do the whole thing. Oh yeah, length. Oh no. .75, 3.175 plus 1.5, 3, 4.5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 5. That's funny. 3, 4.5, 3.675. 3.675. Here's to you. All right. So if this wire is springy enough, it'll go under, and we can just, this would be nice and easy peasy, right? What am I listening to? I'm gonna start this over again. This song was pretty rad at the beginning. You actually hear that through the microphone too? Oh man, because it's like right here, right? Well, there's not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately. Boo. Or is it? No, that's just the background, maybe. Okay. Let's get this figured out, and then we can move on to something else. So, this can, it has to sit underneath something. So, it has to sit underneath something, whatever that is. And it's probably going to be the same thickness as what this is. 0.75, 0.075. So even if it's just like a something like that, you bend the wire to put it in. So as long as it's springy, and it stays up, right? So it stays up. This is within the two things, so it has the ability to actually go past. So it could be a little bit further. And this could be like right to the end too. It doesn't have to be here. It's just here because it's on the other side. Now, it can't be too large because then you won't be able to get it out. So, but if it has the ability to grow a little bit, so how much? So it's a good engineering question. So how much can I bend this before it actually deforms completely? And then, because yeah, there's a small straight, there's bend. So this is bent into shape already. So can I bend it? What does this whole shape look like? This. So in practice, when this comes out all the way, so this has to be, I need this length to be the exact same, I think. So what's the angle at which point I can't, so if I'm using trig, right, and you get like right down to like whatever, or not trig, shit, I forget what that's called. I always forget. Calculus. So I would have to say, okay, get really close, find the angles of where this departure is, and it's like how much curvature can I actually put in this before it stays like that, right? So if this was pretty spring, like spring steel, would I be able to get it to go, something like this? So let's do, and that's based on what now? Hopefully this is horizontal vertical. Now it is. And then this would be here, and I really wish I could dimension an arc length in this. Man, that would be really sweet. Sadly, it ain't so. So it's probably going to be something more like that. But I can draw this in there. So at 4 inches, 4. Where is this actually going to end up? So it should give me the length. So the length is 3.175, which is strange that it's almost like, it's very strange, 3.175. And this is shorter, so this has to be longer. Now can I just do an equals in this? Oh, it's the radius that changes. So this is all the way out to here. This is moving here. Right, so this is probably the same. Nope. It's 0.28, so I can't. This equals is not the same. 3.175. Oops. I wish I could do this better. 135. 179. So that's pretty darn close. .065. Oh, I can do this. So 3 point. Oh, I have a thing here. So the difference is this 0.128, and I could say this dimension, this is equal to this minus this. Please tell me that's right. What's moving on here? Ah, okay. Say what the hell? There we go. 3.079. So technically, if that's this is going to move in this far. This should move, but it's going to also move up. It's going to move in this direction, right? Or to you guys. No, like that. No, like this. Damn it, like that. My lefty righties are backwards. That's really funny. So as I move this in, how does this change? Let's do toggle driven. And I'm going to toggle driven on this one here too. How much does that, what does that change? Right? And this has to go up. But if I keep the, maybe it's close enough. Because I'm shortening it by X amount in that direction. So this is where I think the calculus would come in. So if I move it over this much, how much is that length? I bet you it's really small. So this between here and here is the same as this number, right? And the distance between here and here, yeah, it's 0.0, it's 0.001 difference, a thousandths of an inch different. Scheduled maintenance. There. So that's probably close enough if I make this driving. Right, so I keep this, and then this becomes what again? 3.075. Yeah, it's not quite. Oh, it's 0.03 difference. And then it ends up being actually quite a lot different here. So this is 3.031. So if I just did 3, for example, or 3.06, this should give me a little bit more length, I think. 3.1. 3.99, so it's like 3.09. Oh, this is brutal. I wish I knew this math. This is why I want to learn all that. 3.082, so 3.08. And it's just to have it predictable, right? Uh, 3.085. Close enough. 3.085. So the difference is, I was onto something there. I just don't fully understand it. So when I move this to here, it goes up quite a lot because this arc length isn't going to change that much. It's going to stay the same. The material can't shrink or grow too much. It can deform though. Well, it will and it won't. I don't want it to. So I want it to bend, or I want it to bend but not deform. So and that's at like 4 inches or whatever. Now the other question that I had was, how much further does that get me? So that's not that much further. So there's, can we go down to here, or am I a bunch of stuff? Okay, I'll just leave the one. And if I go here up, the difference is 0.617. Now that's 0.617 is this, and then that number is another 3/8 higher, so it'll go from almost 4 inches, so but not quite. And then if I tucked it off onto the one side, see, it's pretty close. So which means whatever I tuck in, it would have to go even higher. So it's already bent in this shape, so it only has to bend another X amount. So how much further does it actually have to deform to stay in there? So I think that's probably okay. I'm gonna go with probably okay. And then to get that to close, it should be like a. So pulling this up is just gonna, you bend this until it comes out. And that's just like the first design here. So ideally we would want something that looks like it comes down, has something to sit into. I'm sorry. Delete. It was no like this. Sits on there like that. So not like this, but more like this. And then this actually edge would be more like that. And that's going to be on the outside, right? Can I not move this out? No. So 2, 5. That's the ultimate. And then this is the actual holding area. This is at that height. And then this was to here. Oh yeah, and also this is the center line as well. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff here. We don't need that. Da, 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 da. 0.09375 divided by 2. So that's where the wire actually sits, because this is a center line. And if this was like a straight piece of wire, I don't know how many pieces of wire can actually shape that much and not deform. So a good spring steel would the elongation. So the hinge, come on. And when you're putting this in, that's actually not enough. It needs to be, so I have the gradual slope that goes in there. What's the other option here? So I have, I'm trying not to copy something else directly. I would like to try and figure it out myself if I can. But if I can't, then I'll just go and look for something. Because it could be up here too. Oh geez, I need to lock that down. Horizontal, vertical. There we go. Rid of all this stuff here. There we go. A little bit more simple. Ideally, it would be on the same level as this. Oops. Keep that sort of same level. It doesn't have to be all the way in there, though. So if we have this level, this is how this tracks. Oops. And we could say we want this, you know, like 0.125 away, something like that, or it could be more. So like, what do we want to put in here? So this was the first idea, but this coming down here is, I'm gonna have to bend this up for that to go down. So having something that's like this is beneficial because it goes down and then flip, it goes over, or even more steep. So 30 or even 10, something like that. Or this piece is out of the way. How about something from the bottom? So it goes into here and then clips onto the back. So think about that. Let's do maybe something like that. Right? So if it's, you press it down lower and then something like flips up. Right. I'll do a line here. So from here to here is 4633. Why is it like that? Ah. Why driven? Holy shit. Why, man? Okay. Driven. No touchy. Driving. I'm sneaky like that. Right. So we can dive this deeper. And now that will start to bend from here. From here and wrap around this. So this will come out this way. So let's do that. So we have a point now where this starts to go. And this could be like, I don't know, like a flip up or something like that. Push it up and then it's just like a, I don't know, like a tube that rolls like in a slot or something. Having something that clips into something else, that would be beneficial. But that has to stay in there and overcome the forces of having that to want to overcome. And then the more times you do it, that will wear out whatever that's clipping into, like a piece of plastic or something. I totally could do that. Put this down here, and then maybe it's a latch. So I'm thinking something that's on like a something that uh, sits out here maybe. Whoa. Let's do. So driven. This comes back to here. Driving. Right? So this clips into here, and there's lots of room now. For something to like move in and out of the way. So if like something else was like on a hook, for example, and the hook could move backwards, so it would move out of the way here, and then you would move it into the way afterwards. Maybe it could flip down, something like that. So you put the thing in, you flip this down, and then you push down and like move the little piece out. Like move the little piece out to here, and then that stays in here. And then that can be, this would have room to move if it was like locked in there. So 3/8 is not very far. It's like this much. It's very, very tiny. I probably say that everyone. I say it all the time, don't I? "13 minutes until more pizza making stuff." I wish my gimbal was charged and I'd take you with me. I should just go get it and charge it anyways. It's such a good phone mount to have. So let's do something that interferes with this. This will be another piece. Just and it should interfere under pressure. So this is like 3.5 or something. Then, or it has a measure of. It could be like slightly, like adjustable, sort of. So it's not going to go past this because the tension force, like the pull up from this, is like the pivot point's down here somewhere, which makes sense, right? It could be actually straight down from here. It'll probably be okay. Like 1 or something. No, not even. Ugh. 0.75. And it just has to clear when it goes over like this way. I'm thinking about like you take it and just like rattle like this And then this thing eventually comes off. But if it's under pressure, it'll be okay because it's not going to move if it's under spring pressure. So this actually should be lower. If it's guaranteed lower by an X amount, say, I don't know, that many, right? It's not going to come loose, I wouldn't think. You'd have to overcome the spring pressure of this. And then that's in the other direction, which this is hard. So I don't think that's going to happen. And then this could be like, I don't know, 10 degrees maybe or something. I don't know how much more we want. 0.03. Just doing things how I know. No real wrong answers, right? That'll give me the length of that. And then this might be this feels like too much, you know? This should have a spring on it too, maybe. Or it could be spring steel. What if I just did that instead? So it's spring, and it can move out of the way, and then this can move as well. And then this could just be curved in such a way where it goes over. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And like pivots and all this other shit. It's amazing. Oh no, I need that. I don't need that. I do need I think .16th. It's probably even less than that. 0.036, 0.048. And then this needs to have a couple rivets in it to keep it straight up and down, or wherever that is. And that could be like literally straight up and down. It doesn't even need to be on an angle. And this doesn't need to be here either. This could be right on the spot. So we're gonna do a lip like this up. What do we want? How about 0.1875? The lip has to be big enough to grab, so it can be moved out of the way, but it can't be too much. Maybe it can be straight up and down. Yeah, it should be down a little bit because that's under tension, right? So that's the 1/8 of an inch. It's going to be under. 0.065 is the thickness, or did I? What was I doing? 0.048. 0.048. This could be like spring stainless or something. I want the inside to be 0.125. These two are going to be they're concentric. Damn it! Dang it! There we go. I want that on top. Actually, I don't want it there either. This has to be able to move out of the way. 375 is really small. Horizontal, vertical. This one to lock on there. And top. It's a problem with locking and stuff like this. Hey, does that look like a 3-body problem now? That's wonderful. And then now I have nice long something like that. Oh, look at that. .048. Wow, that was a good thing here. Oh shit. How far did that go? Up and down. Holy shit. Why? Sketching could be hard sometimes. Let's do 0.75 at least. See where that gets us. And these two need to be parallel. There we go. And this also needs to be tangent. To you? Maybe like right at the corner, shit. 1. So when this goes up, this has to be, the radius is good. And then this just has to be able to be moved out of the way. So it's almost like an offset, like a hard offset. This is going up in this direction here. I can call it just that. And then this has to move all the way over here, like past this, and then back again. So this spring steel has to be pretty considerable. And there has to be 2 things on this. Maybe I can get away with 0.75 and have them really close together here, like 1, 2. Maybe even thinner than this. Let's go thinner. 0.036. That's 20 gauge. We could probably even go to 22 gauge. So 0.036. This is the same as that. This needs to be here. I really want this to be tangent. I want this to be 65. These two have to be concentric, and then they should line up nice. So this one comes onto here, but this whole thing, yeah, so this is afterwards. This should hook like almost all the way around. 180 would lock it in for sure. And then that just has to overcome the 180. So where's that thing in here? Right? So if this was like this, it can't go anywhere. So if this goes up this way, then the tangent, it'll hook the tangent. So to get this to go under, you have to press down on this, or you have to apply a bending force to this to pry it off of the tangent. So maybe just slightly beyond the tangent. Hey, thank you very much for the raid. Come on in. How you doing, cruising girl? Welcome, welcome. Just designing a clip today, like for my lunchbox, like where a thermos would go, like that sort of idea. Okay. So this can be just right off the tangent. Not too much. And this is weird looking because these are curved as well. Yeah. Actually, that's not even, it doesn't even really look right, does it? So this is down here. Oh my gosh. Where is this one? Welcome, welcome. What were you up to today? So that will certainly work. that will definitely work there. The tangent to here, so along this line is, hey, how you doing, Built Over What? Oh, really? Well, welcome in too. Appreciate you coming over for the chatting. The yeah, just working on oh, you were sleeping? That's great. Ain't nothing wrong with lurking, that's for sure. Were you tending to the pigs today, or to the pig? Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So this is the line of the tangent, so I could literally cut it right here. So if I use this line, it'll actually look right. I just have to put a point somewhere around there. Oops. There we go. And I can cut it. Just like that. Because this spring can only go in this direction, and then this one can only go in this direction. And if I go just a little bit past this, it's even if it goes to the tangent, it can't come out. So swapped the winter and the summer tires. Oh, fun. Very cool. Yeah, it's always like refreshing. It's like the start of the finally, you know, spring is here. The cleaning can start, and that's like a part of the cleaning. I always enjoyed that. I was a car enthusiast I guess a little bit more than I am now. Like about 5 years ago, I actually cared about my car and washed it, hand washed it, and stuff like that. Yeah. Put in new nitrogen, that blue nitrogen. I love the branding with that stuff. It's so awesome. And then this could be like just a little bit more, maybe 0.0. 625. No, that's too much. 0.01. Like maybe 20 though. 0.0. We'll do that. 0.03. Nice little hook on there. All right. So I think that's pretty good there. Oh, my chat is not scrolling right. I'm in the wrong thing. There we go. Used to say things like check your blinker fluid, but AutoZone sells that now. Yeah, and unfortunately I actually bought a car that has one of those anti-drone valves, so my car actually does have muffler bearings, which is really funny to me. And I know that when whoever was designing that part, they probably got to say to their fans, guess what I designed today? I designed muffler bearings. And they're just like, oh my god. It's so good. I've thought about that for such a long time. Well, ever since I've had the current car that I have now, which is like 12 years ago. It's a 2013, so yeah, 12 years. Crack headlight and water would sit in it? Oh no. Oh man. So, give this a quick double check here. So this has to come down a little bit further. So this is flexible. Oh. Yeah, this is a little flexible. That's the actual dimension that I want, would be up here. And the design. You know what? I think I have, well, it's not cracked, but the headlights do fog up after a while of driving. It doesn't affect the light coming out or anything like that, but, oh, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, it just looks like a little bit of condensation. Maybe it's just because the light bulb's hot or something after a little while. I don't know. And then it goes away, like after a day or something. It is annoying though. It looks funny, that's all. Like when you pull up to somewhere, like, oh, your stuff is broken. You're like, no, don't tell me that. It's the only thing. Alright. So I'm going to finish that here. I'm going to finish that sketch anyways. Where am I? Turn the sketches back on. It's good that I got these two things curved out here. The other way, I need to do this. Finish that in place. So I'm going to save that because that was a considerable amount of like design and sketching just to get that shape right. Yeah, it could be the seal. I've never touched it, anything in like this probably started, I don't know, I'd say at least 5 years ago because I remember it then when I was on the road a lot, driving. So 6 years ago probably. 7 maybe. You know, so, and how long before that I don't know. That's just like when I noticed it. Never done any service to it. And actually, come to think of it, I do remember, because they're adaptive headlights too, or they steer like a little bit, there might be something in there because when it gets cold out, it gives me that like, hey, I'm not moving sort of idea. Yeah, they don't move when it's cold, really cold out sometimes. But I don't usually drive that car in the winter, so it's well, I didn't last year anyways. Didn't drive it at all in the winter. So that seems like a pretty good use case for this idea. Let me see where this is. That should be right in the center. Let me turn on the top body. Here we go. So this is, I'm going to show you what I've been working on here. I'm just going to turn everything on. Turn the sketch off, because that's a whole lot of stuff there. Turn the latch. There's a lunchbox that I'm working on here. So I did that, some of it yesterday, most of it today. And designed some hinges. I got these stuff on there, 2 fasteners. And then now I'm designing the piece. Oops, the piece, the wire that holds the thermos in the top, that area here. So I have a little piece of wire that's going to stick up here for the spring on this side here, and then I got to draw the wire. So you found a new truck, but you need to get ahead to go get it. They have a 40s Jeep Woody. Oh, that's cool. About an hour and a half. That's cool. Station wagon on a truck frame. Yeah. I love those things. They're iconic in the movies too. What was the... There's a couple that really stick out in my mind. One is the Harry and the Hendersons. I think they had one of those. And well, not the 40s, but like a Wagoneer. What would that have been? 80s maybe? I forget. Oh, no, I have a better... Yeah, okay. I'm remembering the 40s one. That's, wow. That's old school. I like it. Alright. So, back to... Moved all this stuff around. Okay, turn on that. And... thermos hinges. So now I'm gonna make the this here. So top assembly, edit contact 6. Yeah. I might actually continue this up a little bit, or maybe bend it back right here so that there's like a thumb tab along this line, and then it could be bent back. Okay, let me take a look at that. So this is a capture, and it could sit back a little bit. Maybe if it comes up just behind this, something like right there, and then you could push back on it, and that thumb piece could be decently large. Okay. So we are in the correct one. Let's do this. Definitely gonna do a new component. It's gonna be internal though, and I want to do an external one. So let me make component external. Let's do a clip. ERMOS thermos spring clip. Thermos spring clip. So finish that one. Do this. Where are we at? Okay. And I think I'm going to plop that right down. Maybe right down here. See if I can get it there. Yeah. this is right plane, wrong direction. Okay. So back to the spring clip. And I have to project that sketch into here. And then let's do like an inch or 3/4. Distance, symmetric, total 0.75. Do 1. Oh, I forgot a piece. I was gonna say it looked a little bit low there. And what's nice about this is you could probably do it. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Because it should come down here, move it out of the way. Especially if I have something that comes up here. So, this is going to do the capture. And then right here, maybe it'd be bent up on the inside. So if we did another sketch on this plane. So I'm just going to project these two faces here. Maybe I'll do these ones as well. Oops. Okay. And then gonna have to do, okay, I have some stuff over here, and then so this. Turn the body off. I'm going to turn this body off and turn this sketch off. Sketch here. So kind of isolate that a little bit. Back into this sketch. Spring clip. Okay. I need to go and check on my pizza dough here in a couple minutes. So this is at the sketch there. So when this pops up to here, we just make sure we just have the correct there we go. These need to be concentric. Where are these at? Okay. You to you. No? Should be able to. Sometimes you just got to draw the circle. And then oh, this is 0.048. That's probably the reason why it's doing that. actually, I don't even need to do that. I can do an equals, because I have one here. There we go. And that should be equals. Beautiful. And then from here, I'm just gonna have like, I don't know, a 3/8 maybe. That'll be from the top. A little bit extra. And then pretty close to this, I would think. Inside radius is points. I could probably do 0.125. 125. And then have that. Maybe even a 1/4 inch. It doesn't even need to be that much. Let's do that right at the right at those changes here. Okay. So we can turn the bodies back on. This lip is going to be ends up being 2. We could do like another bend. Bend up here on the end, but it'd be pretty tight. It'd be a lot to move out of the way. Maybe that's easy enough. Let me see how it looks. Let's go through through the thing here. I'm going to get rid of. Let's do. Projects. Bodies. Yep. Okay. So they're in there. We're gonna do a symmetric distance of, what do you think, 1/2 inch? And then this one here, I'm gonna do the same thing. Symmetric total distance 0.5. I think we're gonna do minus 0.02. So there's a little bit of a gap there. Let's do 4 or 3125. Something like that. Yeah, I like the look of that. And we can do some small radiuses on these. Radiuses on the bottom too. Excellent. And here. I guess we don't need to do that, just the points. Definitely need 2 of them though. 0.25. This really doesn't want to stay like that. I think we're gonna do 1875. 1875. Actually, we'll do it's based on that. If that looks funky, well, I don't know what to do then. You and you. Ah, looks fine. So that looks great. Finish edit in place. There's an awful lot of stuff on here. Turn the sketches off. Turn the origin off on there. So spring steel. And top assembly. Top the bodies we can turn on. Alright, I'm gonna go check on my pizza dough. Because it has to rise for a little bit longer, but it needs to be in the pan. So I'm gonna stretch them out into the pans. And let them do their thing for a little bit. And then I can stream probably for another 45 minutes or so while that rises, and then yeah, then it's dinner time. So all right, give me 10 minutes or so and I'll be back. Where's my streaming stuff? There we go. BRB. No. BRB. There we go. BRB. Hey, okay, I'm back. You've described minivans as station wagons that have been stretched up instead of lengthwise. Yeah? All right. Pizza dough looks really good. Should have taken a picture of it. Okay, so I need to draw the curvature of this piece where this sits under tension. Let's see here. I'm going to draw it as it sits there, not as it's bent into position. What am I doing here? So top sketches 4, 5. No, it's the this one here. There we go. So I have this. That's the actual curve that I need, and a little bit of lead. So I'm gonna create a surface to this because it should go right through this point and right through the design point that I have here. So let's do surface, extrude, symmetric. I just need to be able to build on. And then between the two here, I can just do a, not sure where I want to do the wire. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. I could do it over here. Let's see here. When I detail it, it's going to be here, front side, like so, like that. I think that's all I really need. There's going to be a compound angle here. So, well, maybe, well, not really. It's just it's curved and then, yeah, it will be compound. Never mind. This is flat, this is flat, this is curvature. So I did that on purpose so that it's a little bit easier to calculate. I think. We'll see how that goes. So the goal of what I'm doing right now is just to try and get a line. So I need a continuous line segment in order to create all these things here. So I have the endpoints. These are great. So I can trace along those. And then I just need to project the lines, like where I actually want all this stuff here. So let me do a sketch. I'm going to create the thing first. So top assembly, let's do a new component. This is going to be thermos wire. Thermos, what am I calling this? Clamp. That's a spring clamp that I created before. Spring clip. Wire clamp. Wire. I'll just call it wire. That's fine. I can change the wording afterwards. Sometimes it's just, I'm just bad at doing that stuff sometimes. Okay. Okay, that's created. And I think that's all that I really needed from that. Let me take that sketch off. I have the surface, which is in the top. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't do it in the top. It's only fine. See, I'm always The top, it should be the assembly, right? That this is in. It's not on the top. Isn't it the main assembly? Okay. Top. It should be in the top assembly. Delete. There should be a assembly context for not the top, but the top assembly. And so there's spring clip and a thermos wire, thermos keeper wire, or something like that. Okay. Clip. Why did it go there? Oh no. Wait. That actually should move. So that should be stuck in place, I think. So thermos spring clip, because that's locked into place here. Context. Top. And turn that off. There we go. You to top here. Yep, good as any. And then I'm not in the correct thing. Oh, I did it again. Delete. Delete. Be really careful where you're creating stuff so that it's in the right area and it's the right type. What a pain. So top assembly, new, top assembly here, create a new component, external, thermos wire, so it's external here, unsaved. Okay, finish the edit in place. We're gonna update the context for all this stuff here so that it's correct. Close all this stuff down. Turn the hinge off, turn the spring clip off. So this top assembly, edit context 8. This origin. Should be able to be put up to here. Just like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's in the right spot. Finish. And then I have to go back into, I'm going to save this just so that it's there. Creates the files and all that stuff. Okay. So now I can actually go into here. How come it's unsaved? Didn't I save it? I may have to save it and then update it and then save it again. I don't even know what this is. It just says assembly. Oh, it's oh, I saved the main assembly. That's why. All the things are updating. ThermosWire didn't have anything in it yet. Okay, so let's do in the ThermosWire. Go into here. I'm going to here and project the wire, anyways, the wire, and I think I'm going to do a projection of this one too, even though I probably won't need it. Actually, no, I'll just cancel. I'll just get rid of that. And then this, definitely going to need that. That's it. Turn the origin off. And then this one here, now I can extrude this line into a surface. Symmetric. At least 12. 12's probably fine. Oh, 12 total. There we go. So that's the whole thing. So I got the body for that, and now I have areas where I can draw. Oops. So finish that. I need to turn on the spring and the clip so I know where all the extents are. I'm going to go back into the ThermosWire, edit the first context again. So now when I make a sketch on this guy, I can, so there's that one, and these two. So I know where the extent of all the things are. And this one. Actually, I don't need this one here. So the idea is that when I draw the spring on here, actually I do need to, oops, this one and this one. I need to go like that and like a so. I'm just gonna detail these maybe, I don't know, half 3/8 sounds good. As long as they look the same, they're gonna function the same roughly. Maybe we'll do actually a quarter. Oops. This one's gonna be that. If I do these at a 1/4 inch radius, centerline radius, it'll have a little bit of float, and that's probably okay. So 1/4 inch, let's do 3/16, and let's just see what that looks like. 0.25. So 0.25 is pretty big. Let's do from here too. See, these are all going to be based on that measurement. Oh no, this one is all based on the original. D3. Right, so this is here, but I could do 0.125, 0.125. So it'll be like a little bit. It can float back 1/8 of an inch or so, and that's on all of them. So if this floats here, it's always going to have the same. It's always going to have the same amount that comes in here. I think the centerline radius has to be at least as thick as the wire, maybe even twice as thick. So 2T, it's 0.9375 times 2. Which works out to 1.875 is fine. Okay, so that's great. I'm happy with that. 1.875 is going to be the center line radius, and then these are going to be the continuous pieces, but that's actually not true. So the lines that come in here are sort of right, but this line is only for checking. It's just essentially a vector right now. So, and it's not exactly going to be whatever that is because I haven't projected it yet. So now that we have those, we can make another sketch. Haha. And we project. No, I'm sorry. We oh no, I'm having a moment here. Isn't it project to surface? Am I missing something? Along vector? Something's missing. There should be another thing here. Oh boy. I probably can't do this because I need to save it. It's probably some funky reason. I might not even be able to do this in here. I'll probably have to open up the actual thing, which I am going to do. I have all my stuff now. Refresh. So let's open up the thermos wire directly. That's just really weird. I've never seen that before. It freaks me out when stuff like that happens. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Project to surface. I was like, what is happening? It's like somebody changed what reality is, and they're freaking out, man. And then now we can choose these curves. These two here. And then I'm going to include 3D geometry. Or actually, I don't even need to. So these should be straight lines because this is a flat plane. And from here to here is just standard vector. This is curved. This should be vector. Now, that's the center line, actually, of what I want. So I can draw on each one of these like where this is, because I have an endpoint. I don't technically need these, but I'm going to keep them anyways. So now I'm going to do here. I'm going to project these, or project these here. And this. Oh, not that. Just that. Technically, I don't need this one. Just going to do here. Between you and you. I'm going to redraw that. And now I can create my curvature. 0.1875. Because that's actually on the plane. Right? This is on the plane. I do need to have this. You are here. You are here. So all white, black ends. Right? Black ends. It's a beautiful thing. Do the same thing for the other side. So except this is project, and then this goes into for however long that I want it. So projects. Right. Turn off some of these sketches because there's so many. Should probably project the length of this up so that we know how far to go into, or how far we can go, because that's the end of the other thing. And now I have, say, from here to here, here to here. This is going to be 0.1875. Similar thing again. Let's make sure they're locked onto the lines. So that's where we need them to be. That's a full length. I don't know if we should go a full length, because it just might be trouble to put them in. But we could try it. From a manufacturing standpoint, it's probably not a good idea. And here to here. And I think I'm missing one. Yep. Okay, just lock that down. Oh, this is constrained horizontal vertical. I'm just gonna, oops. I'm just gonna drop this on here instead. So I know that that'll follow that. And turn off the bodies. Turn on the one sketch here. Turn on the sketch afterwards. And now I should have a, turn on the first sketch. Now I should be able to sweep all of this, the path. So 1, 2, 3. Sweep. Oh no, that's revolve. Oh boy. Yeah. It's path. Are these not connected? Oh, that'd be a bummer. Well, I could just do it in segments. I wanted to do it all in one shot. Yeah, I can't. Shit. Maybe it's because the chain selection was on. Let's try that again. I always forget something. Sweep. Path. There we go. Why is it like that? Oh, what is happening? Parallel? Right on, right on. There we go. So now we got the clip. I got 1 minute left. Look at that. Turn off all these. I can remove this. Turn off the first sketch too. And there it is. Okay, save. Pretty wild, right? I love it. So I'll close that off. Update. This, all that stuff should turn off. You can turn this off here. Oh man, look how cool that is. I like it a lot. Alright, so the only thing I really have to do is I'm gonna do an as-built. Not in this though. I'm gonna do an as-built in the top assembly. So I have the top assembly. These are locked in already. So I can do as-built joint between here and here. And I'm gonna do revolute. I'm gonna do it right on the end. So blammo. So minimum is gonna be 0. Maximum can be, I don't know, nothing's moving. Let's do 90. Let's try that. Nothing's moving. And that's because it is, oh, I jointed it in place up there. I didn't move it there. Yeah. I did this once already. My bad. So this, the wire is jointed in place here, and it shouldn't be. So that's delete. Okay. So that's correct. Now I need to actually still move it back there. What I can do, let's get rid of this here too for the time being. Delete. So there we go. I need to move it here. So need to move it into place. So I can probably do an align, and I do an alignment with this one. Okay. It didn't do nothing. That's weird. I'm expecting something to break. So when I move this, move point to point, origin, here, Now revert to here. And I'm moving a component, which is, oh no, what's it doing? Don't you dare. No, I'm so close. I haven't even like finished doing this stuff yet. No, I don't want you to. No squawking. Wow, fatal error. Good thing I saved it. I think I saved it. All right. Okay, I don't think I lost a whole lot. Is that the joint? Delete. Is that the one? Okay, it is. So let's do delete on that one. So I should be able to move this around, but it's eerily in place still. So that should go up to the top, I think, which makes sense. So I think that's where life started out. There we go. And now, in this one, I want to align this to here. And that's just weird. Whatever. It's close enough. I'll just leave the joint in. I didn't actually do this correctly. I was supposed to capture the position here instead. I'm just running out of time. I need to go and finish my food. It's kind of time sensitive, like that sort of idea. So, pretty happy with how this turned out, actually. Let's turn on everything here. I'll just give you the little rundown. Turn the sketches off if there is any. Nope, nothing there. We're gonna finish that edit in place. we are going to turn the top on. The fasteners. I don't know why all of these turned on though. That's strange. Joints. Turn those off. There's just so many of them. Oh, I gotta turn sketches off here. Let's turn on the handle. All that stuff. Let's turn on the base. A little about that base. So when you open this, you got the stuff here. Oh, we don't have the fasteners in here. Fasteners for the top assembly are all on. Yep. Oh, I didn't do the stuff for here. Shame. Shame on me. I'm not done yet. Okay, let's finish that up. So in the top, revert position. Don't you dare crash on me again. I'll have to tell. Okay, so it's gonna be on the inside face. Oh no, that's not right at all. It's my one gripe about this is like you gotta literally turn everything off. There we go. I could leave some of that stuff on now. Top. Damn it, I turned the thing off that I needed to. Latch assembly, hinge assembly. Where's the spring? There's a spring clip. There we go. Top. So making some holes here. So project these two for the center points. Finish that. And then now still on the top, I can do select these two. They're going to be 0.141. I can't believe how many holes there are in this thing. To this one. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I finish that. You can turn off the sketch. And then we can do a couple rivets on this one. Just gonna update all this stuff before we do that. Hopefully that's good. Top assembly. Whole bunch of stuff isn't on. Turn off the base. So we can actually see this happen. That looks good, and it's on the back too. It's perfect. Save. Crazy stuff happens when you save or when you do stuff with external things in this program for whatever reason. Best just to save. It only crashed twice on me today. Pretty happy about that. And insert fastener. It's still uploading and doing stuff. Maybe I shouldn't do that yet. Plane. It's going to be this guy right here. Hopefully. Small. I'm just going to choose these two. I want them as 1/8 and 5/16. Sounds great. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. So, thank you for joining me on the adventure that is the lunchbox. I had a lot of fun creating it. Hopefully you had some fun watching it. And as always, I'm going to be putting the plans eventually, or at least I actually might just put this model up. Like the F3D, F3, F3S. Oh no, what is it? F3A. Oh gosh, it's been so long since I've done this. Yeah, F3A. The assembly. I'd love to like 3D print something like this just to see how everything interplays with each other, because this will definitely work. In its position, and then this is drawn perfectly, but it's drawn down in its other position. So when this goes on there, if that's actually 3 inches complete, like actual 3 inches, this when this closes in there, if that's an actual 3 inches, base assembly, what am I doing here? Top and the wire. So if you see how that goes down there, that's in the compressed state. So I think that works. We'll see, I guess. And if it isn't, no big deal. I made these hinges today. I'm really happy with those. They look super awesome. They look pretty cool. There's like an old there's an old toolbox, lunchbox company that makes them that look like this. Mine's little different, obviously, using a few modern things, but fairly similar. This is taken from the thermos design, not for this one. And then these are obviously my just full design, and this here as well. If they use something similar to this, that'd be really cool, because I've never seen this actually in person before. I don't know what this would actually look like. So it's pretty fun for me. All the rivets are there. We can tally it up. We can make drawings. We can make drawings for everything. So there's quite a lot of stuff in here. There's around 12 hours of CAD work in this. Probably not. No, I would say more like 8 hours. 8 hours straight. Not a work day, but like 8 hours of drafting time, or doing this. And then to make drawings for this is going to be another 8 hours probably. And then all that stuff is done. I don't know if I want to do drawings for this or not, just because it's an awful lot of work. But we'll see. I probably will. Just get faster as time goes on. Anyways, I'm gonna go and make some dinner, finish up my prep and make some pizza and all that. It's gonna be pretty fun. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming anything later on tonight, but I'll definitely be on tomorrow. Well, I'll be on tomorrow, in the morning and in the afternoon, or I might do a full stretch over like the afternoon and then into the evening. So we'll have some fun with that. Alrighty, well, appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. Thank you very much for the raid. That was super cool. And yeah, it was great to do the streaming today. I felt like I actually did a really good, solid day of work on this. I had some fun. Like I was saying before, I hope you guys had some fun. And then I'm just gonna end it right here. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow or in the next one. Most likely tomorrow, though. All right. So I'm gonna do the funky smile for like a little bit, so the last card looks funny. So yeah. Goodbye.